So I saw this post on Instagram the other day, which said the meaning of veganism is getting a little blurred. I read through the caption and it made two strikingly accurate statements about the difference between veganism and plant-based. It said that veganism is an ethical principle against all animal use and exploitation for human purposes, against the idea that animals are here for us. It is not a diet, and that plant-based is a diet that focuses on eating plants. Those who are plant-based could choose to use and wear animal products, visit zoos and circuses and other places of animal exploitation. I thought this was very well put and needs to be emphasised further. Veganism is a philosophy and way of living which seeks to exclude as far as is possible and practicable all forms of exploitation of and cruelty to animals for food, clothing or any other purpose, and by extension promotes the development and use of animal-free alternatives for the benefits of animals, humans and the environment. In between the lines of this definition lies a call for animal rights. The only way to achieve exclusion of all forms of exploitation of and cruelty to animals for food, clothing or any other purpose, as far as is possible and practicable, is to have laws in place which protect these animals from being treated cruelly and exploited. The only way to protect animals is to have animal rights. Veganism is a philosophy and plant-based is a diet. To be a practicing vegan means to be a practicing animal rights activist. You can't have one without the other. And so why then is this way of living not the norm? It sounds more peaceful and empathetic. Why is this way of living not taught to us when we are young? Why are there not already rights for animals? If we as humans say that we are against the murder, rape, exploitation and abuse to each other, why does this not extend to animals? Why is it considered too extreme or unrealistic, even though these actions are the same to any victim, human or non-human? Well, I think it's partly because using animals for our own benefit has been tradition in our society for as long as we've existed. Alongside the backs of the humans that came before us, our society is built off the backs of the animals that came before us, and we should all be grateful to be standing on the shoulders of those who sacrificed for us in the name of a better world, which have granted us access to many modern day comforts and services which are crucial to our survival. But just because we have been doing something for a long time, does that make it moral, right or justified to continue? Because of the journey we've embarked on as humans throughout history, a dominating mindset has been ingrained into us. And this mindset is what is referred to as Carnism, the invisible belief system that conditions us to eat certain animals, which in turn leads to the acceptance that meat eating is natural, normal, necessary and nice, and which also enables further animal abuse in other industries. But in this day and age, how can it be natural to purchase neatly packaged products created by ruthless, industrialised, profit-driven machines, which sentence genetically modified and selectively bred beings to a short, miserable life of subjugation? How can it be normal to be so disconnected from the product you're putting in your mouth with the living, sentient source of where it comes from? And why, when confronted with the reality of slaughterhouses, do we cringe, feel upset and block it out? Why do we believe it's necessary to continue this way of living, even though it causes immense pain and suffering, which can be reduced massively when we adopt a plant-based diet and a plant-based food system? And finally, why do we think these products are nice to haves, based solely on the sensory pleasure we get from them, even though it lasts us a few minutes, because the animals, their whole life? These are big questions which are important to answer in order to lead us to further reflection and conclusions. On the opposing end of Carnism, we have veganism, a way of living which doesn't subject innocent, sentient, living beings to abuse, exploitation or murder, and in its principles votes for the rights of animals, not against them. Being plant-based is only half the journey. To be vegan is to make a mindset shift which reconsiders our relationship with non-human animals, and a mindset shift which, if we add to our list of sacrifices today, would pave the way for a better future and a better world. If you don't think animals should be seen as objects, products and commodities, then please go vegan and speak up for the animals.